I finally understand why there is so much of a hype around protein. It is because everyone is on steroids. Everyone is on steroids, and I was shocked from the fact that I saw a video from Jeff Niebert, and it was going over what's possible for natural lifter and not natural lifter when it comes to build muscle. And I got to the realization that people who take steroids actually build muscle without doing nothing. This study said that you can build, you're actually going to build 3 to 5 kilograms of muscle by sitting on a sofa in 10 weeks time from taking steroids. Now I'm not suggesting you take steroids. I'm just pointing to the fact that it's a completely different world. And guys, I am not saying that protein is not important. I'm just saying that all of this hype is completely useless, because if you eat food you get protein, all right? But today I want to go over some discussion that I had in the comments, because some guy made some comments that are kind of interesting, and kind of prove my point still. But we're going to go over these comments below one of my posts, commenting the fact that protein is a scam and we shouldn't worry about protein so much because you just get enough protein by eating food. And I want to start by showing you his profile, because the interesting thing is he was making a point that protein, some people would not build muscle because they don't eat enough protein. And I would make the point that no, what's important is that you get stronger. It doesn't matter what genetics are, it's still the goal to build muscle. It's getting stronger, right? So, and I go to his profile, and the guy is actually strong. So I don't know, let's see what we can, the guy is strong, he's training hard. It's called Tribal Yogi. I don't know how much he's lifting here. He's lifting something. The guy's training hard. It's called muscle. Let's say, I don't know if there is a picture of his physique. Got some bicep there. I don't know if you can see much. Anyway, this is not like a tour of his account. It's just to make a point that the guy is strong. So that's why he built some muscles. But let's go through the comment. Okay, so we got Vgainer. Vgainer started it and says, "Sorry, but it's not. More protein brings more muscle gain. If you do not reach a sufficient amount," and then he has these emojis. So protein brings more muscle gain. Let's say that's true. I'm not actually fully convinced that that is not true. But how much more muscle? In my 15 years of experience, how much more muscle would I have built if I was eating more protein? And for me, the answer is likely not that many. And another thing to consider is genetics. What it means, genetics, that it's not like you build muscle forever, and unless you're taking steroids. There's going to be a point where you keep building muscle if you keep getting stronger, but it's going to be minimal compared to your first 3 years. For most people, you will get to your genetic potential. So even though you build more muscle by eating, maybe you build more muscle by eating more protein, but at the end of the day you're going to hit your genetic potential. So for me it's not huge deal to eat like 1.6 or 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. And here's me, guys. There you go. Look at this. I'm an anecdote, it's just me. I'm not saying don't listen to anything else and just listen to me, but look, I eat 100 grams of protein per day. No, sometimes more, maybe 120. It's always between 100 and 140, but it's even lower when I'm dieting. So I really don't overstress about protein. So if I don't overstress about protein and I'm strong and muscular, why do you? So my answer is, there might be more muscle, but I think it's a minimal difference. In the process of getting stronger, muscle will grow, period. And this is my stance on this. And after talking with so many people and after having so many clients, I realized that that is the problem. I just had a conversation today with a prospect interested in my coaching program, and he started training in September, and from September till now, all he's been doing is pull-ups and push-ups, same set, same reps, no progress. So if there is no progress, there's going to be no muscle growth. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to make the people understand, that whether protein might make a difference or not, I don't think so. Eating more protein is going to make a huge difference, but for sure, if you don't progress in strength, you're not going to build muscle. And this is something that people don't understand. Then we go to Tribal Yogi that says it does depend upon genetics and body type too. Probably you have Kapha body type, which I don't know what it means, probably means mesomorph. That's why you don't lose muscle even with low protein. And you see, like, when these conversations arise, it's like they completely ignore the strength. They completely ignore the strength. Like, what does it mean I don't lose muscle because of my body type and my body type? So I can eat low protein and have muscle. What does it even mean? It doesn't mean anything. Where is the fact that I get stronger each and every week? Where is the fact that this year I went from not being able to do one arm pull-ups with a hard band to being able to do 5 repetitions with a hard band in 12 months time? Like, why people do these conversations about protein completely ignoring what's happening in the training part? Right? So now going back to the genetics, of course there's going to be people who are not less likely to build muscle, but will build less muscle overall. They are slower in the process of building muscle. Absolutely. Like, endurance is it can be genetic, muscle growth, it's genetics, strength progress is genetics, everything is genetic. So your results in sports and physical activity, they are going to be related to your genetic. But this doesn't mean anything really. It doesn't mean like you have to do something special in order to get certain results, right? If you want to be a boxer and you're skinny, you still go to boxing class. If you want to be a boxer and you're fat, you still go to boxing class, right? You don't increase your protein target or decrease your protein target. You go to boxing class. Now, if you want to build muscle, you get stronger within your training. And whether you are what is called a mesomorph, that is more likely to build muscle quicker and more overall, or you are a ectomorph, which is not very good genetic to build muscle, you still get stronger at the gym. You still do the same things, and then the results will come as they come. You cannot change it. And I don't think eating more or less protein will make a huge difference. Let's move forward here. So he made a point of genetics. I think I completely debunked that. So, and I said, I know that I don't agree on that. Are you saying that someone would lose muscle even though he's getting stronger within his training? If so, I don't think you're right. exactly. I think that the main factor when it comes to muscle building is getting stronger. If you're getting stronger, you are building muscle, like, period. And I know from having so many conversations with people, guys, you have no idea. Since I started, doing marketing on Instagram, I send 50 new DMs per day. 50 new DMs per day. Then I got people DMing me. And I had so many conversations about fitness with people that struggle to build muscle. And every single time, well, not every single time, but so many times, people is so worried about their protein intake. They don't know what to eat in order to be in a caloric surplus. And when they ask them about their training, they've no idea what they're doing. They think that by doing stretching or running, they're going to build muscle, and they worry about the protein when in reality, obviously, they're not training effectively in order to build strength and muscle. There's nothing magical in diet that's going to make you build muscle. You need to get stronger. Then Tribal Yogi says, yes, one might get better. So I said that in order to build muscle, you need to get stronger. And he says, yes, one might get better some particular exercises, and yes, may also get stronger depending on their body type according to Ayurveda. So I don't know nothing about Ayurveda, really. I don't know what it means. And that's why I thought the guy was a yogi guy focused on yogi. But then we went together, in his account at the beginning of this live, and he's obviously doing strength training, like proper. So the guy is strong. So I don't know why he's saying depends on genetics. Like, yes, depending on genetic, you might progress in strength quicker or slower, but still, like, the goal is getting stronger. You need to get stronger in order to build muscle. My answer is, bro, you are talking from a yogi background. We are talking real strength here, not yogi poses. So I was taking the piece of the guy because I thought it was only doing yoga. So I'm like, why this guy is giving advice on building muscle when he's doing yoga? But he's actually training for strength. Someone who is training strength will build muscle in the process of increasing the weight lifted with high or lower protein. And that's the thing, like, the process in the, I don't remember, force is equal force, mass by acceleration. I don't know how to say this, right? So it's actually, for your body, in order to move more weight, needs more power, and power will also come to an increase in mass. So everything is related, right? You cannot become stronger without an increasing mass. In the process of going from 0 pull-ups to 10 pull-ups, you will build muscle. In the process from doing 6 pull-ups to 30 kilogram pull-ups, you will build muscle, right? That's it. It's as simple as that. It says there is no such thing as yogi background. Now I understand why you say so. I think you need to explore more about body types at the micro level. So and here is why people is confused, right? Because this guy said you need to look at the body types at micro level in order to build muscle, in order to understand how to build muscle and why protein is so important. I say this is a bunch of bullshit, and you need to get stronger at the gym. Not looking at micro level body type. I heard people doing diets depending of your blood type. you know, people focus so much about these details and they forgot the big picture, and that's why they don't get results. And then they hear this kind of bullshit and they get confused and they never get results because they think they need to, there's some specific things that they have to do because of their specific body type that is different at micro level, according to tribal yogi, and it's absolutely nonsense. Because I said that before in the beginning, whether you're a mesomorph, whether you are an ectomorph or you are an endomorph, you know, what you have to do in order to achieve specific results in building muscle, but also in other sports, doesn't change. You know, what changes is your genetic potential, right? What changes is how you're going to get there based on who you are. But at the end of the day, perhaps you will get there. Perhaps someone with bad genetics over time, over 25 years instead of 10 years like me, will get my same results. But because he's got different genetics, it takes more time. But the journey to get there is the same, because if you have to build muscle, you need to get stronger. You don't go for runs, you know. And my personal experience of this, I'm asthmatic, and I'm just naturally not good with endurance sports. As simple as that. And when I was a young kid, I would, and we were at school and we would run the track with my, you know, with the physical activity class. I remember there was one of my best friends who smoked a lot of joints, smoked cigarettes. He never trained. He would never train. I was training badminton, so I was doing an endurance sport, and he would still kick my ass on the track. Like, it was crazy. I was dying, you know, and he would smoke me on the track without even training. But now I run. I took some time for me to get the rhythm and to get conditioned to running, but I've been able to. Now I can easily run 7K. Yeah, I can probably do 10K with no. Actually, I did 10K a few weeks ago, right? And my genetics go in the opposite direction. But going back to our conversation here, so he said I should focus on understanding micro level of body types, micro level, you know, not body types in general, but micro level to micro level. In order to understand, you know, training and strength better. I know nothing about strength training. So I answered, brother, the fact that you have a certain body type and makes it more difficult or easier to build muscle doesn't change the structure of what's needed to build muscles. You're confused. The path to build muscle is still increasingly up the loads you are lifting. If you want to keep saying weird things, do so. At this point, would you like to share where does your authority comes from? Do you have clients who build muscles? What are your lifts? How long you've been training? Do you train strength? So after this, I actually went to his profile and I realized that he's not just a yogi guy, but he actually trains his strength. So I don't know why he thinks that some people will not build muscle, because this is his statement. He says some people will not build muscle even though they get stronger if they don't get enough protein, which is absolutely nonsense for me. I don't know. I never seen this in real life, you know. And my clients don't eat a huge amount of protein and they build muscle. So now he's saying that he's talking about modern Ayurveda. So I'm just going to read his comments. I do martial arts, weight, yoga asanas, and some basic calisthenics. Whatever I said in my comment is based on more than 3,000 years of macro level research by ancient Ayurveda practitioner. So for what I understand, Ayurveda practitioner says that you You will not build muscle if you get not enough protein, even though you're getting stronger at the gym. I don't like these Ayurveda practitioners, man. They have creating, I think they have very bad information they're putting out there. But yes, in modern day, Ayurveda is not being promoted so much by any governments, and also many evidences have been burned down long back by the invaders. So now we just have the results available with us and not the complete research paper, though there are people who have positive experience. You know, I wanna add a thought about research, studies, and government position. I want to remind you, most of you guys are vegans. For studies and governments, you need to eat meat, dairy, and eggs to survive. There are many studies that support benefits out of eating meat, dairy, and eggs. So I think at this point, I'm not like against science and completely skeptical about everything they said, but I will start, and I suggest you do, to have convince me about that, mindset, instead of just trusting everything that's out there about studies. And another thing that's very important is your personal experience. Is what you hear and what you apply getting your results, right? Personal experience in this time of age, it's very, very important, because you need to understand that most of the information that's out there is just marketing. It's out there to confuse you. It's out there to scare you, so you can buy a product. Even science. Again, don't be fully skeptical about science, but don't just take it for granted. Vegan trainer said you can get stronger without gaining any size. And I said, not really. In fact, the world is full of skinny powerlifter benching 200 kilograms. Yeah, right? No, guys, you cannot get stronger without getting any size. You can decrease the amount of muscles that you build by doing less volume and working on higher intensity, like really doing a strength focused workout that will allow you to minimize the amount of muscle that you build, but it's still very much related to your genetics, right? So you're training strength. If you really want to not build muscle, don't train strength, because muscle respond to strength training by growing. That's just what happens. So you cannot get stronger without gaining size. You might build more or less muscle, mainly depending from your genetic, but also depending from how you are structuring your workout. But still, that's going to be some muscle growth, period. You cannot get stronger without building muscle. That statement, it's stupid to hear from a trainer. These guys that are training is going around saying that you don't build muscle if you get stronger. I guess he's not strong. Let's look at him. Let's see if he has My internet is not very good. Trainer versus coach. I don't know, we don't have many. Nothing crazy so far? Yes, the crazy dude wasn't doing very good. So yeah, we didn't look much over there. I don't know. I'm still not impressed. Trying to look at some videos from him. Nothing. V-gainer, not very strong. So brother, if you know, you're scared that you're not building muscle and you think it's because your protein intake, I think it's because you're not very strong. Actually, I see you doing CrossFit. And unfortunately CrossFit is not very good when it comes to upper body strength, unless you do something on the side. So yeah, if you want to build real bicep, you should be training properly calisthenics. Alright, that was fun, guys. Thanks for listening. Do we have any comments? I think we had some comments. Worrying about body types just hold people back. Forgot about your body type and genetics. Just train to improve performance, strength, and eat well. Yes. I don't see protein as muscle growth. I see it as muscle recovery, but there is no point for my protein intake. I don't know what you mean, sorry. Bruce Lipton. Everything is the environment the cells are in. Genes don't control cells. The environment dictates how cells respond. Love it. Let's read that again. Where is it? I lost it. Bruce Lipton. Everything is the environment the cells are in. Genes don't control the cells. The environment dictates how cells respond. So you see, do not care about genetic that much. You cannot change them. What you can do is getting stronger, having a workout plan that makes sense and is effective to build muscle, and you will get the results that you deserve. What is reading in your cheek? Animal Defender. That's it. The gurus say to not eat healthy fats after a workout. Any truth to that? Maybe there is some truth, but it's probably one of those, details that I don't care about. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.